What is up, guys? It's your boy Nick again from Empollege, here to bring you another awesome video about how to succeed in college. I know we're talking about being personally successful. In the last video we talked a little bit about building your army, and in this one we're going to talk about how to optimize and use your army the best. This is something that I learned when I was in college that was crazy and really changed my perspective and how I was able to learn things very quickly and have success. So let's get right into this video. Also, before we get started, please leave a sub, show the channel some love. What is up, guys? It's your boy Nick. We're talking a little bit about how to get personal success in college using your army to help you to become stronger. So now, something that I really want to bring up that I learned in college when I was going through it and I did not know how powerful it was is called the student master principle. So now why I'm calling it that is because there's two parts of this, right? So the first part is the student and the second part is the master. Now, what we learn from like common movies and other things like that is typically you have a student and then eventually the student becomes the master. And what the master does is the master teaches another student and that same thing happens over and over again. Now, when we're talking about building your army and about having your professor, your TAs, your fellow students in your army, now we are going to optimize it by using this to help you to become even better when it comes to studying and retaining information. Now, being a student, obviously what does students do? We learn, right? We pick up information and we use the information appropriately where it needs to be applied. Now that is awesome, and this needs to be optimized where you're able to study. You need to find a nice quiet place to be able to study, and we're talking about building schedules around study time and having your priorities set so you can have fun in your studies. You should also be able to learn from yourself. So this kind of changes the paradigm. You're like, wait, what? I'm learning from myself? Yes. Now, something that I struggle with, and I know you probably struggle with, is when you start off in the beginning of the semester, you're like, I'm gonna learn all these things. You learn all these things in the beginning. You're like, this stuff is easy work. It's gonna be super easy when I do the test. You pass the test, or as soon as you finish the test, you forget everything. Nothing. You don't remember anything about the subject. If somebody asked you what is 2 plus 2 after you finish that test, you'd be like 7. What? So just having that ability to be able to teach yourself, which this is a cool trick. A cool trick to do is to record yourself doing these problems. It'll change the way you think about things because you'll find a lot of holes in the way you explain things when you start to try to teach it. So I have a couple of videos that I laid out when I was in college learning different principles and topics where I was able to teach my future self what I was learning at the moment or what I have learned at the moment. So this is where the homework portion of your grade comes in very handy, is because you're able to use your homework to be able to teach yourself in the future. So then when it does come down the line and you have to do your finals, to relearn everything is not that big of a deal because you've gone through the work to be able to learn it the first time, and now all you're doing is reviewing these notes and these videos to be able to learn how to do it again from who better but yourself. That is a big part of the student master feedback loop here. If you're finding this information valuable, leave a sub so you can stay empollaged at all times when our videos come out. We're going to be putting out videos every week to make sure that we help you out with college. So let's get right back into it. So we were talking about the student master feedback loop here, how we can do it for ourselves, being able to teach ourselves in the future. Now this is where our army really stands out. Because a lot of the times what can happen is we can teach other people that same information or learn from other people that same information. Now, the gift is to the giver. So something that I found that was very helpful when I was learning different topics in college was when I was talking to my friends or my classmates, I would have them teach me what they learned, or I will teach them what I learned. And the best thing about it is the person who's doing the teaching actually gets more information than the person that's being taught. There's something about being the master, or in essence the teacher here. When you're learning, you're able to get one part, and then when you're teaching, you're able to get the other part. So now you can apply this teaching principle to your classmates. You can even go to your professor and say, hey, professor, I don't know if I fully understand this concept. Let me try to teach you what I know, and then at the end you fill in the blanks for me. It will change a lot about how you learn information, because you're able to teach it and then you're able to fill in the gaps of information that you thought you knew when you just listened to the information. This is a series, so there's a lot of videos. So if you check out that, in the last video we talked about getting to know the professor and being able to leverage that information, and the same with classmates and TAs. So you are optimizing your student master feedback loop, and it gives you a well-rounded ability to learn and incorporate things. So if you're loving this information, obviously I'm trying not to make these videos too long, so I'm gonna be breaking down everything in my course. It's gonna be the Empollege course. I'm going to leave the link below. Sign up so you can get into the waiting list to be able to join the course that's going to change your college life for sure. I'm guaranteeing that if you don't raise your grades within the first semester of doing this course, then we will give you back your money, because I truly believe that this course is going to change your life for the better. So until next time, stay empollaged. And don't forget to leave a sub, show the channel some love. I appreciate you guys, and stay empollaged.